Hey guys, it's J-Man. Day 6 of my 13 days of Halloween. Halfway there. Nearly. Halfway there after this video-ish. Maths, not my strong suit. Yeah. I just watched It 2017. I was going to say, first of all, damn good movie. Damn good movie. I'm going to say one thing. 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm doing this at 4 o'clock in the morning UK time. I mean, that's why I have these. Keep me awake. I know I'm behind schedule. My bad. Yeah. First one about is just throw in there straight away. The opening scene. I love the opening scene so much because it was almost exactly the same opening scene as in the original film. Well, the mini series which they made into a film, like the 1990 version of it. For those who haven't seen it, the first scene where young Billy gives his little brother Georgie the boat, and he takes the boat, and it's like it's raining outside, and he puts the boat in the gutter, and it kind of like swims along, you know. That almost shot for shot is exactly the same as the original film, which I love. All those loving tributes to the original film. I'll point out a few of them. I didn't catch all of them, but I'll point out a couple just because I think it's real nice because it was a good film, the original film. So I like the fact that they're referencing that. I don't know, is this a coincidence or not? It strikes, Pennywise the dancing clown strikes every 28 years. That was when the first film came out. Dun, dun, dun. 28 years ago. Is that a coincidence? Do you reckon they probably pitched this in like 2005 and like, we'll give it about 13 years, I think, just make it relevant, I suppose. How much do you want to bet there's going to be a reboot in 28 years? Look, first I'm going to run down the cast. So, Pennywise / It, the clown, was played by Bill Skarsgård. Not seen in a lot of stuff, but he's a good actor. I think was he in Deadpool 2? I think he played the dude who spat acid. Am I right? I'm not sure. Comment if I'm wrong. Beverly, obviously, is the girl. Was played by Sophia Linnis. Mike, the black kid, was played by Chosen Jacobs. Billy, the one with the stutter, was played by Jaden Lieberher. Ben, the fat kid, was played by Jeremy Ray Taylor. He's so cute. Eddie, the hypochondriac with the asthma, was played by Jack Dylan Gazers. Stanley, the Jew, was played by Walton Olef. And Richie was played by Finn Wolfhard, who a lot of you may know as Mike from Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things, such a good show. I think he said in an interview, his character couldn't be more different from Stranger Things. Though he's in a lot of 80s stuff. Stranger Things is in the 80s, this is in the 80s, so he still didn't look much different other than the huge glasses. But the characters couldn't be more different. Because like in Stranger Things, Mike is like a really good kid. He's like the hero of the whole thing. He's the one who gets the girl, kind of. And in this, he's like the gobby, borderline autistic bit of a little shit kid. So he's like two very different characters, and that's why brilliant in both. He's a good actor. Get him in everything. I like him. Good. He's funny. And shit. It's not an and shit video, but can't help it. I associate too much with every character in this film. It's so bad. I mean, not it. Don't really have much, I don't really feel much desire to go murdering people, but piss me off, see what happens. Less so with Beverly, we're both ginger. That's about as far as that goes. Well, actually, my natural hair colour is dark blonde, but the beard, decide that for yourself. Mike, some of you may have noticed I'm not a black man. So less so with him. I've never had to shoot a sheep either. I don't know if I could shoot a sheep. I don't blame you for that, mate. Don't blame you for that at all. Billy, I have a stutter. Not a bad stutter. But you've probably picked up every time you see a picture of Porky Pig in my videos, it's because I'm stuttering. Mainly because I think fast and I talk most of the time. I think that might be an autism thing. Not stuttering, but I mean thinking. I mean, I've got like, I'm talking fast and I'm thinking, sorry. Because I'll like, you know, be saying loads of stuff and my brain's only working at half speed, so my mouth is moving faster than my brain and I get tripped over my words. Then, may have noticed, I'm a fat kid. But I mean, in more ways than that though, it's like, I mean, I'm not a fan of New Kids on the Block. I'm a fan of Marky Mark. Don't care what you call yourself these days. You're still no less of a badass, you know. But you know, it's like, you know, I'm not like the manliest of man. You know, every fat kid's had his eye on a girl way too pretty for him. Spoiler alert, in the second film, which isn't out yet, spoiler alert, there's a second film coming out. Spoiler alert, in the second film, fat kid gets the hot girl. I'm not rooting for the fat kid at all. He's also really cute, you know, he's like a little chubby little hamster thing, you know. Yeah. Eddie, I have asthma. I wouldn't say I'm a hypochondriac. I'm actually more kind of the guy who'll just get up and go even if you are ill, you know. I mean, virtually all my videos I have a cold. That's because I have really bad allergies. Do I do anything about them allergies? Heck no. I still make YouTube videos. No why? Because I'm a frickin' trooper. Jarrett Reddick did a whole tour with the friggin' flu. Justin Bieber quits with a cold. Hell yeah. I went there. Stanley, a lot of people think I'm Jewish. I am not. I do bear a resemblance to a young, chubbier Seth Rogen. Let's make a reboot of Green Hornet. I'll be happily in it. I'm all in Green Hornet. And Richie, I mean, I like to think I'm a funny guy. I mean, a lot of people would disagree with that. I like to think I'm a funny guy. He definitely says what's on his mind. The dude has no filter. I mean, I say I have no filter. I'm filtering myself a little bit for YouTube, you know, because I don't want to be like too dirty with it. I think it depends. I've been doing a review on an R-rated movie, so I'm allowed to be a bit dirty, you know. In my scary movie video, I talked about cum explosions, so that's saying there's not much further you can get than that, is there? I mean, you know, but I mean, probably the fat kid, if not the fat kid, I think I associate most with Rich. The thing about Richie is that he keeps trying to be funny, but not everyone finds him funny. But that does not deter him. He still makes jokes. I respect that. Yeah. I have a very long list of notes I have here. Yeah, the town, I'm pretty sure the town is cursed. I mean, not just the fact that the Pennywise / it comes back every 28 years, 27, 28 years-ish. He comes back every so often, kills a bunch of kids or adults, depending on, you know, who crosses his path. But I think it's like the town is cursed because no one notices the fact everyone's freaking dying, you know? Everyone's too dumb to see that, and only this group of kids are actually smart enough to say, oh look, shit's going on. You know, but I say lots of time curses don't tend to work on kids for some reason, you know, because kids are kind of more susceptible to things than adults are. I think we learn to be stupid. You know, it's like, you know, when babies lift stuff, they bend their knees, not their back. Adults learn to do it wrong. We bend our back, not our knees, and then complain about a bad back. We've learned that. Humans are dumb. Good thing I'm an alien. Yeah, I'm an alien YouTube. Conspiracy theorists go nuts. use that R rating, man. Like, because if you watch the original film, it's a horror. I think it is R rated, but it's not like a hard R rating. This one, there's a lot of blood. It's a little bit gratuitous. Georgie gets his little arm ripped off. You know, they swear a lot in it. You know, I mean, use the R rating. The film is about as horrible. Like, the story is horrible. I mean, it's really horrible. You know, so you know, use the R rating, make it bloody, swear. It's a grim freaking world, man. Get that point across. I like that. R rating's doing well these days, thanks to Deadpool. The bit that really hit me, I cried when I saw this in the cinema. It hit me so hard, you know, the whole Billy and Georgie relationship, because those two brothers are so close, you know, and it's like, I get that, man. Like, me, I'm really close to I hate my brother's guts, but I like him as well. He's like my best friend, you know. So I mean, that sucks, man. I love how close they were, and it's the saddest part of the whole film is that his little brother's been killed, man. I wouldn't even know what to do if my brother got killed, you know. So I think that's what got me, man. It's like, man, like, it's like losing your best friend. It's like losing an arm. Oh, he lost an arm. That was an accident. But I'm clever. Then you got Ben and Beverly. Yeah, man, you got the fat kid and the girl who's way too hot for the fat kid. She looks a bit older than him. Is the actress older than him, or is it just the fact that girls mature faster and little butterballs tend to look a bit younger than usual? If I shaved off my beard, I would look like I was 9. You know, heck, maybe I should have been in this movie. But yeah. She likes him. She thinks he's cute. She doesn't resent the fact that he's like a little bit not that manly. He likes new kids on the block. Not that there's any shame in liking new kids on the block. I'm a punk and I'm saying that. It's beautiful, man. Beautiful. But that bitch better make her mind up though, because she has too many freaking moments with that Billy. Making fun of his stutter. I'm allowed to because I have a stutter. I mean, I'm not at all rooting for the fat kid. There's too many moments. I'll point them out every time they happen. You know, I'm going to go through this in approximately film order. The bike, man. Yeah, I'm just looking at my list. Sorry if I keep pausing. The bike, man. It wasn't as badass in this film as in the original film. That's one of the things I'll say the original has better. The bike. I was expecting like Pee Wee Herman's freaking bike. And then I'll make a note of what time it is, because I'm going to put a picture of Pee Wee Herman's bike. Yeah, because I'm going to put a picture of Pee Wee Herman's bike here. And then you can see that and see, that's a badass fucking bike. You know? Where's my bike? Man, Richie is the funniest dude in the world, man. The first funny line he comes out with, like, the first made me fucking laugh my head off. Like, because I didn't even know if the film was, like, going to use an R rating or something. And then I think, like, Eddie said something. No, Stanley says, oh, that's very satisfying. And you think that's satisfying? Try tickling your pickle for the first time. I'm like, oh, snap! The dude's funny, man. Like, dude, that's a dirty little joke, man. Yeah, I agree, you know. Talking about Stanley, the Jewish kid. That fucking painting, man, scared the shite out of me. I mean, I'm not blaming him at all, man. That poster was fucking grotesque, man, with that woman with the warped up face and the sharp teeth. Who has that painting in their house, man? Like, who has that in their house? What kind of grim, sadistic rabbi, man, has that picture in their house, man? That, no wonder the kid's having nightmares, with or without a Pennywise running around, man. And then when Pennywise decides to go after Ben, the fat kid, yeah, he's in the library, you know, reading up on all the murders in the town, and then he leaves a fucking trail of Easter eggs. You want to lure a fat kid in? Get a fucking trail of Easter eggs. I mean, that's just demeaning to the fat kid, man. Like, can't you just lure him in with, like, Action Man or something? I'll do that, you know. But, I mean, I'm very careful about who gives me candy. You know, my mum always raised me, do not take candy from strangers. Especially strange clowns. You know, man? Where am I now? There was creepy kids in that library. If you're playing the shot game, take a shot. Staple of the genre. Creepy kids running around that library. There's a lot of jump scares in this movie. Take a shot every time you have a jump scare. Oh yeah, and then like when Ben left the library, you get the group of bullies, man. And I love the way that they're bullying him, man. Friggin' Henry, the leader bully, pulls out a friggin' knife, and then this got like these two old dudes, like this old man, this old wife, like drive up past, watch the whole thing happen, and they do fuck all. I mean, there's a kid about to get stabbed over there, man, and you guys just like. I mean, the town's cursed. I mean, I get that. So maybe them doing fuck all is to do with the curse, right? But my problem with that is, man, they friggin' watch. They don't even ignore it. They just go, better than Sky, that. You know, I mean, what the hell is this? Jeremy Kyle? Seriously, man. Like, those old dudes, they're sick, man. I mean, not the fact they didn't even do anything. The fact they just sat there and watched it and then didn't do nothing. I mean, seriously. And what the hell is wrong with that bully, Henry Bowers, though, man? Like, that dude's messed up. I mean, I get bullying, you know? I got called fat a few times in school, yeah? But this dude is genuinely sick, yeah? I mean, like, he's trying to carve his entire name on a fat kid's stomach. I mean, to be fair, it's a big canvas. You can get a long name on there. But still, that's fucked up, man. It takes a minute or two just to do an H, man. And that's, like, a lot of friggin' pain. What if he bled out and died, man? There's a lot of blood, man, if you swipe that, man. There's a lot of blood running through this. I mean, that kid is screwed up, man. And yeah, and he's got fucking skinny arms. He's riding around in that sleeveless top like he's Hulk Hogan or something, man. You got skinny friggin' arms. You're not that hard, mate. Fucking mullet wearing asshole. Then there was the scene when they're going through the sewer and they find the shoe and he thinks it's Georgie, but it's actually the girl who went missing beforehand. I mean, do parents still write your name in your clothes before you go to school? If you're going to school, why have you watched this movie, man? That being said, I watched the first one at a young age, so I mean, I remember when I was in school, my mum had these printed out, you know, we had some professional shit going on. Like, a little Joseph Costin sticker, which she had stitched into the back of my clothes, rubbed the back of my neck, uncomfortable as hell. Do you remember those? I think that's an old school thing. But, I mean, I guess it's a good idea. I mean, no one ever nicked my clothes, mainly because no one else was an XL. Yeah. Patrick, the other bully, wandering through them sewers. Those friggin' zombies, man, scared the shite out of me. I mean, that film, it's a well-shot film, though. You're kind of like, something's going on there, bet it's something going, oh, God, that is grotesque. You know, man? And I've just labelled that, no, Patrick and the Sewer Zombies. That's my new punk band, Patrick and the Sewer Zombies. Any singers out there called Patrick? Otherwise, I'm going to have to change my name to Patrick for the name band to make sense. And then there's the creepy pharmacist. They went into the pharmacist to get some bandages for Ben's stomach. That pharmacist, I'm going to point out one thing first of all now. Looks a little bit like Stephen King. Coincidence? I think not. It's not Stephen King, but coincidence? I think not. But he's creepy, man. Like, you know, like Beverly's distracting him so they can steal the bandages, yeah. But I mean, like, she's distracting, like going, "Oh, I like your glasses. You look like Clark Kent." If he looks like Clark Kent, he looks like I mean, I can see he looks a bit like Christopher Reeve, but he looks like a fugglier version of Christopher Reeve. No disrespect to the actor, but he's a fugglier version of Christopher Reeve. You know, man. I mean, maybe we could like spray paint or airbrush him, and we could kind of put him in a new Superman movie. Spray paint some muscles in my right. You know, did that Tom Hardy in The Dark Knight Rises. Another slap at The Dark Knight Rises. I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to make a compilation video of every time I've slapped The Dark Knight Rises. I'm sorry, I'll stop there. And then, yeah, he gives her the glasses and is like, oh, you look just like Lois Lane. No, she don't. Lois Lane's not ginger. I mean, if you said she looked like Lana Lang, I'll get that, because Annette O'Toole was ginger in Superman 3, and that would have been a cleverer reference, because Annette O'Toole was the original Beverly Marsh. This stuff writes itself. Why are you not hiring me to write these scenes? I'm a friggin' genius. I know. Another funny line from Richie, and they're putting the bandages on him, and like they're saying about the rumor that she like screwed someone at school, which was totally untrue. And then he was like, I hear the list of guys she did is longer than my wang. And then Stanley's like, it's not saying much. Oh, that's a pen. Very nice of you, Stan. I'm just saying, you're Jewish, you know. I've heard the stigma. People have used that against me a few times. I'm not Jewish. I think that speaks for itself. The British guy accent. You're a very good actor, Finn. Your British guy sucks. Oh yeah, the British guys always talk like this. Nah, we talk like this, mate. We can't pronounce our words for shit. We drop the last syllable off, like the last letter off, like the fucking French do, even though we spend all our time dissing the fucking French. Because they're weird and they eat frogs' legs. I don't know. My hatred toward the French is purely... I don't actually hate the French. All my jokes towards the French are just fueled by Jeremy Clarkson on the old Top Gears. I don't know shit about cars yet, I still watch Top Gear. I watched it for like Jeremy Clarkson, man, he was funny. And the star in the Reasonably Priced Car. There's some good stars on there. They got some friggin' A-listers, man. I think this is a really good coming of age story. What the main reason was, you know, the scene like where they all decide to go like diving into the water in their underpants, because, you know, as you do. I've never done that with my friends, actually, you know. Whenever I say we should all strip down to our underpants, they stop me there and just go, dude, we love you, but you're a good friend. We don't want to see you in your underpants. Many people have said that to me. You know, but it's like, you know, the whole bit when then Beverly's is like, screw you losers, I'm going first, and she strips off and dives in, and then they're all kind of like, they're hiding their boners. But I mean, I say that as a joke, but I mean, it's actually kind of, the whole thing's kind of cute though. I mean, it's it's a really grim world, and that's probably one of the really nice scenes in the film. You know, it's just a bunch of kids messing around, you know, having fun, and they're growing up. And as much of all the grim shit that happens in that film, that's a really nice little scene, you know. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's a funny scene, you know. And then Ben, the fat kid, starts talking about the murders, and he takes them back to their back to his house to show them all of his research. And then he runs through, hide the fucking magazines on you, hide them in the wardrobe. You know, I can safely say I have no magazines. You know why? Somebody would find them. That's why I don't have no magazines. Dan, I don't want to look the clerk in the eye when I buy them. You know, they're from my dad. They're not for me. They're for my dad. They're for a friend. A friend who's very lonely. He doesn't have a girlfriend. Actually, he does have a girlfriend. He's just a prick for doing it. How would you look someone in the eye and buy those, man? My shop, we don't even sell them, actually. My manager takes them off, because, I mean, it's an outdated concept, really, man. Like, dude, get the friggin' internet or get a girlfriend. They're your two options. I love it that she opens the bedroom door and she sees the New Kids on the Block poster, and he's like, please don't tell the guys, and she lets him off. That's really cute, man. and then they go to and then I think Eddie is riding past the creepy house, where I think it lives in the creepy house or in the well under the creepy house. Every town has a creepy house, am I right? Like I think I was watching the behind the scenes stuff for the film Monster House. Good movie, watch it. Plug. The director was saying that every town has a creepy house, you know. I mean, so they thought there was a film about that. I don't know if my town has a creepy house. If I had to say that we had a creepy house, it would probably be the house that's right next to the abattoir. I don't know. I just think it's a messy looking house. It's detached, so it's got no neighbours. You know, and then it's next to an abattoir, which is a pretty grim thing in itself. Hi, I'm back. I went to take a pee. Where was I? Yeah, the next thing I was going to talk about was, you know, when Beverly's in the bathroom, and you know she can hear talking down the plug hole, sink, and you know put the measuring tape down there because of blood, and then the hair shoot out, tie her up, and then blood everywhere. That's a lot of blood. Not to reference too much Stephen King, but that looked a bit like the scene from Carrie, didn't it? Was that reference deliberate, or just, you know, you know, that happens to be a girl covered in blood? That happens a lot in movies, you know, no biggie. Carrie was Stephen King, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna, you know. But when they went in there to help tidy that, help clean the bathroom for her, I think Stanley was a bit of a dick, you know. Like they left the funny one, Richie. They left Richie outside to stand guard in case her dad came home, because he doesn't like it if there's boys there, which I'll get to him later. Dickhead. Yeah, and then Stanley's like, and he's like, "What do I do?" "Oh, do you always do? Start talking." "Oh, that's a really mean comment. Have you not considered he might have autism? You know, maybe he's got some kind of, you know, something different about him. You know, that's a very insensitive thing to say. You know, he could have said something about you, you know, you curly-haired person, you know, or made a Jewish joke. A little bit racist, but, you know, I think it's as bad as racism making fun of someone for having autism or whatever, you know. Yeah, you're a dickhead, defending the little guy here. Don't be a dick, Stan." And then everybody's seen it except for Richie, and then he's like, "Is it only something virgins can see?" Explains why I haven't seen it. Oh, you fuck. I'm gonna say one thing. When I was at school, no one fucking got laid. You know, everyone walked around, "Oh yeah, I did, it was brilliant. You put it in her ear hole. Yeah, that's how sex works." No fucker got laid in school, man. Everyone waltzed around pretending they did to look hard, but no one fucking did. Me especially, but no one did either. You know. Then there was the rock war. They threw rocks at the bullies. I'm gonna say, those bullies are a shit shot, man. Like, I mean, like, they're a bunch of fairly jockey guys. They lost the game of dodgeball to a bunch of nerds. Who the hell do you think you guys are? Another good line from Richie. "Go blow your dad, you mullet-wearing asshole." He's got some stinky mullet going on. Better than the hairdo Henry Bowers had in the original movie, that 50s mods and rocker thing going on with a lot of Brill cream in there. Then they're in town, and there's just a really funny little clip. It's just a throwaway little scene. You don't even notice it. Just like Richie trying to play the trumpet, and then that marching band player is trying to get it off him. That's a really funny little scene, and it was such a throwaway little scene, but it was so funny. It's the little things, man. And then he started talking to them. They all started talking about what they were seeing, and Stanley was like, I saw the girl from the picture, and then he's like, and then Richie's like, "Is she hot?" no, she's not hot. I mean, I love the way it's like, why would you even ask? You know, he's scared of her. You know, having said, I'm scared of beautiful women. They're very intimidating. But I mean, like, of course she's not freaking hot, man. That being said, if Pennywise wants to scare me, I'm terrified of supermodels. Yeah, try and attack me with none of those. I'll freak the hell out, man. Yeah, do that. Everyone's got fear. Richie is scared of clowns. Makes things easy. He ain't got to do shit. I mean, it can do anything. He's like the Mask. He can use his imagination. What are you scared of? Clowns. Oh, I just have to be myself then. Alright, fine then. What do clowns do? I don't know how a clown acts. I mean, I don't know if I'm big on clowns. I think the only reason I'm not big on clowns is because of this movie and the previous movie. I mean, if it wasn't for these movies showing me, or say these movies, not killer clowns from outer space. That movie made clowns cute. And so then there was the slideshow scene where they're playing the slideshow of all the crap happening in town. And then, like, that was the scariest scene of the film, probably. Like, where, like, you know, the slideshow starts flickering, going faster and faster and faster. And then, like, the woman in the picture turns in to Pennywise, and then he jumps out of the screen, and he's, like, fucking huge and shit, man. And he's, like, trying to get him, and his teeth are all like... It's disgusting, it's grotesque, it's terrifying. Shat myself a little bit, especially the first time, because I didn't know that was coming. Apparently, I don't know if this is true, apparently that was the first time the cast members saw Pennywise, so a lot of that fear was a little bit genuine. Interesting factoid there. Didn't actually write that in my notes, I just remember that now, actually. And then I love it, it's like Bev goes to hug Billy. Like, she goes up to Ben, the fat kid, and she's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go with the skinny one with the stutter, man. You know, you're too fucking fat to be, you know, for me, you fucking lard boy. Fucking bitch, can't make her mind up. Another fucking moment. Take a shot every time they have a fucking moment. Not rooting for him at all." And then they go to the creepy house again, and this is the truest words Richie said through the whole movie. Breathe through your mouth, because if you breathe through your nose, because it may stink, but if you breathe through your mouth, you're eating it. Every time someone farts, kids, breathe through your nose. It smells like discipline. Don't breathe through your mouth. You breathe through your mouth, you're eating someone's farts. That can give you diseases. It's messed up, it's disgusting. And it tastes of bum. I'm teaching you. I'm learning your shit. And then there was I just want to point out a thing, because I didn't understand this myself. I had to Google it. The whole beep beep Richie. I think that's like as Richie goes off a lot. I think that's their subtle way of saying shut up. You know, a little bit disrespectful to his. He probably has autism. I think he might be playing it that way. First of all, I don't want my friends to tell me to shut up. You know, when I'm talking, I talk a lot of crap. I make a whole friggin' YouTube channel on talking Shizz. But I mean, don't tell me to shut up, man. I listen to all your boring ass crap, man. Hear the guy out. It's very disrespectful. So yeah, I think beep beep Richie means shut up. Then of course it used it in a scary way, like beep beep Richie, I'm gonna kill you. And the doors is like, not scary at all, scary, terrifying or something. Go through the not scary at all door. Like it's not a trap. It was a trap. Don't go through the door that says not scary at all. That being said, in Scary Movie, she went through the danger sign and she died. So in that sense, if she'd gone through the safety sign, she would have lived. Scary Movie was using it for satire. In this movie, he was doing it seriously. Somehow the joke isn't funny if it's a serious movie. Is this real enough for you, Billy? It was real enough for Georgie. Oh, that dick thing to say, man. That's like going, oh, you make jokes about me, you know, having a small dick. Your wife didn't complain. Oi, hey, hey. He's a bit of a dick, isn't he? Oh, yeah, your dead brother was shitting his pants. You're a bit of a dick, eh? Pennywise. I'm dissing the clown, by the way. The band Pennywise. You're pretty cool. I did a stutter there. Gonna put a little Porky Pig. Yeah, there's that done. And then just when Pennywise least expect it, Beverly spikes him. That was fearless. And remember, he feeds on fear. Fearlessness will kill him. It's his kryptonite. So when he comes at me with his terrifying supermodels, I'll be fearless, look him dead in the eye, and ask for an autograph or something. Fearlessly. Yeah, I'll do that. And then Eddie's got a broken arm, man. And then since when is Richie qualified to fix a broken arm? And he's like, don't do it, it's fine. And then he did it. I don't know what I'd do if someone broke their arm. I'd make it worse if I tried to fix it, because I don't know where it's all supposed to go. I mean, my body's really weird anyway, you know. I mean, I don't know what everyone else is supposed to be like. You know, does anyone else have 12 nipples? Oh, and then Mrs. fucking K, Eddie's mum, just comes in going, you're all idiots, you're all not good enough for my son, especially you, Beverly, you. You know, she's a fucking idiot, that woman, man, swear down. You know. And then, the next bit here, Richie was probably a little bit of a dick, saying, what's the point, Georgie's dead. And then fucking Billy decided to punch him in the face. I mean, yeah, he was a dick, but he's one of your friends, and one of your best friends, who you've been friends with the entire movie, not just because circumstances have brought you together. No, you've been friends since you were like little kiddies, yeah, and then you punch him in the face. I would never punch my best friend in the face unless there was money involved, you know, because I respect my friends. Moral high ground, shut up. No, I'm not a big fan of Billy. Hope he dies, even though he don't. Spoiler alert, he don't, even though I wish he was. You know, he's a bit of a dickhead. Guess what, you didn't get the girl in the end. And then everything's fine for a short period of time, and they all hate each other's guts, but other than that, it's all fine for a bit. You know, and then Eddie goes to the pharmacy. Even the girl in the pharmacy, nice, isn't she? She's bloody lovely in there. All of your medication is placebos. Oh look, you got no friends because there's no signatures on cost. Let me sign. And the bitch writes loser. But Eddie's a bit of a divvy here because, yeah, he's got loser written across his arm. And then you think you can put a big V over the S and spell lover with it. Nah, you put a huge fucking V in there and you've drawn attention to that V. So when people go and read the word, they can see that the V is covering an S and you're in fact a loser. And you're even more of a loser because you tried to replace it with the word lover. Who the fuck would write lover on a fucking cast? Pointing out your idiocy there. I mean, I'm an idiot, but I'm not that dumb. And back to Henry Bowers. His dad was a bit of a bully. And then it gives him a knife and he stabs his dad in the neck. I mean, your dad's a bit of a bully, but did he deserve to die? I mean, he put you in a place because you're the one who's a dickhead. I mean, I've not read the book. Maybe in the book, Henry Bowers' dad was a lot more of an asshole. In the film, he just looked like, you know, a bit of a bully. Don't stab him in the neck for it. If I stabbed every person who tried to bully me in my life, I'd be a serial killer, I guess. I mean, serial's any more than one, right? I mean, I'll kill about 7 people, I don't know. I don't have a hit list. Justin Bieber's number 1. Number 2 is Billy. Number 3 is DC for firing Ben Affleck. There's my hit list. Starting there. And then we'll get to Beverly's dad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Beverly. I don't know if he'd got to it yet in this version of the film, but I'm pretty sure Beverly's dad was abusing her in every sadistic possible way. You know, I don't want to go into too much detail on that because it's a fucking dark subject. But again, the problem is though, who the fuck would she turn to? Because back in the day, back in the day, no one talked about that shit at all. You know, it's just a case that's their house. You know, we don't mess with their business. And two, the town's cursed. So even if people did talk about that kind of shit, you know, it wouldn't have helped. You know, because everyone's too apathetic to do anything. That's what's fucked up. I mean, anyone who's heard the song "Christy, You're Doing Okay" by The Offspring is about a girl who's being abused by her father, and no one did anything. But people did fuck all because you didn't speak about that back in the day, and they just let it happen. I hate it when old people talk about the good old days because there was fucked up shit going on back in the day. You know, I mean, the world may be getting... People aren't working as hard these days. You know, no one does anything for yourself. We'll be useless if we are rationed and shit. No, the world is a better place to live in. Homosexuals have rights. Women have rights. Other ethnicities in this country have rights. I mean, it may not be perfect, but the world is getting better every day. I mean, I don't know what the fuck old people's problem is. I mean, I'm not ageist. Maybe I am, but you know, I mean, so are old people. Oh, young people go around thinking they own their place, you know. You're as bad as we are. There's my rant for the day. I'm done on the point of Beverly's dad. I really don't want to go into that at all. That's grim. Oh, but when she was running away from her dad, being creepy as usual, you know. Don't hide in the bathroom, you kick him in the nuts, you know, then he's stunned for a few minutes because everyone knows that's a man's kryptonite. Remember that, ladies? If a man's being a dickhead, kick him in the dick. You know, she should have ran out the fucking door. That being said, though, hiding in the bathroom when he opens the shower curtain, bam, whack with a vase or some shit, knocked him out. She's got a good swing. She can be on my baseball team. I'll play baseball. I like baseball. I'll wear an undershirt. And then when fucking Billy tries to investigate the scene, it has wrote on the wall in blood, "You'll die if you try," which is another reference to the original. That was probably a line from the book as well, but I like that because that was a film he used a few times in the original film, so it's a good callback to the original film. So you know, that was nice. I mean, I wanted to point that out. And then it goes back to Eddie when he's with his fucking bitch of a mum, and she's like, "You can't leave," and he's, "I've got to go help my friends," and she's like, "You can't leave the house because you're sickness," and he's like, "What fucking sickness, you hypochondriac bitch?" He didn't say those exact words. I'm rewriting the script better. And then she's like, "Take your medicine." He's like, "The medicine is bullshit. They're gazebos." I mean, I'm trying to be quiet when I'm in the cinema, but I howled with laughter in the cinema when I saw that for the first time. That was hilarious, man. Such a clever little line there. I didn't even think about it, right? It sounds like gazebos, you know. That kid's an idiot, though. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. And then when he meets up with his friends, he's like, "I'm all fearless now, don't need these pills." Takes off the fanny pack full of pills and throws it. Hey, throw the pills, don't throw the fanny pack. Fanny packs aren't only fashionable, they're very, very useful. They're very practical. Don't wear them like that way, though. You look like a friggin' idiot. You look like the guy from Eurotrip with his little like money belt with his passport in it, man. You wear them around your back, front, you know, around the front ways. Bum bag or fanny pack, depending on if you're English or American, but I wear mine forward, you know, because I kind of want to see my money. So if anyone goes reaching down there, I can either sue them for trying to nick my money or sue them for sexual assault. Remember that, kids. Use the sexual assault card. They slam them down when you use the sexual assault card. Terry Crews did it. Let's split up and look for clues. Rule one in any horror movie, especially this one, never split up. You're more powerful as a team, you're weak on your own. People in horror movies, remember that. The big hand of truth. Look at the big hand, it's bigger than my head. The big hand of truth is telling you thusly. Never split up and look for clues, Fred. And then they have like, the rope, they climb the rope. Okay, I can't climb a rope for shit. I would be fucked. Question. How did they get out of the cave if Henry Bowers pulled the rope up? Oh, Henry Bowers pulled the rope up to stop him getting out. But then Mike, the black kid, who we all forgot about for the rest of the film, actually, his heroic moment of the film, Henry Bowers tried to shoot him, and then he finds something and knocks him out with it. You know, and that was his heroic moment of the film, and I think they showed it, but I think he must have thrown the rope down. I can't climb a rope, man. Like, I know that's like Gym 101, right? I mean, I can't climb a rope, man. I'm a heavy dude with no muscle on him. You know, how am I supposed to climb a rope? Get Arnold Schwarzenegger to do it for me, man. I mean, yeah, this is a really squeaky chair. You can probably hear that. I do apologise. The deadlights, like, you know, Pennywise grabs Beverly, and they don't go into it in this film. I think it is probably more something that they deal with as adults, but I think they call it the deadlights, man. He's got, like, he opens his mouth, and, like, there's the lights inside his mouth, and it kind of hypnotises her, and basically she's easy picking them because, like, she can't fight back or be fearless, whatever. That's going to come into the second part of the film a lot if you haven't seen the original film. Yeah, just, again, another callback to, not the original film per se, but to the sequel, which is going to happen. They're going to come into it quite a lot. Oh yeah, did Mike kill Henry Bowers? Because he, like, hit him with that thing, and then, like, spears him into the one. He falls down the one. That well's a long freaking fall. I mean, I think Henry Bowers is in the second movie. How is he not dead? Maybe he's a zombie. I don't think, Joe, you're being ridiculous, man. Like, you know, of course he's not dead. That's a long freaking fall. How is he not dead? He better have 2 broken ankles. 2 broken ankles, man. Is that a stutter? Not quite a stutter. I'm not going to count that as a stutter. And fucking Eddie, man. Eddie's got fearless. He's thrown his fanny pack away, wastefully, I might add. And then he's still fucking harping on about the grey water. There's no such thing as fucking grey water. It's just fucking dirty water. Piss, shit, and human skulls, man. Get over it, man. And then they found Stanley having his fucking face eaten by the scary chick from the picture, man. He's fucking lucky. She was eating his face and he was still alive. He's got fucking teeth marks down here, though. He's fucking lucky, though. He should have been dead. He should have been dead. And then they all get together and they all find Beverly all hypnotised. Like that. You know, and then, like, slap her out of it, you know, then slap her in the face. They just slap me. I'd never hit a girl, but I mean, that'll wake her up, right? No. I'm going to say one thing against my man Ben here. You kiss a girl who's hypnotised, it's borderline date rape, mate. You know, I don't care if she's knocked out. You ask her permission first before you kiss her, mate. I mean, it worked. I mean, you know, he gave off the poem that he wrote for her, which he thought Billy wrote, but Billy don't know fuck all about poetry because he's uneducated. Unlike Smarty Pants Ben, you know. Yeah, I mean, it worked, and he was all like, January embers, and then she's like, my heart burns there too. Holy shit, it was you! You know, she didn't slap him in the face with that unconsensual kiss, but, you know, we'll let that one slide. It was the 80s, everyone was stealing kisses back then. Yeah. Fuck you, Billy. Fat boy got a kiss before you did. Yeah. And then Georgie shows up, and then Billy's like, I love you, man. Gun weren't loaded. He's like, the gun's not loaded, you're not going to do shit. But you know why that worked? Because he was fearless. He had faith that it would work, and it did. Faith. And the thing is, that was a bold move on his part, though, man. I mean, you didn't know that wasn't Georgie. You could have just shot your brother, then he would have been officially dead. I mean, he even went to the extra effort of going, let's give him one arm, you know, just for real sake, you know. So it was a bold move. He was lucky he was right, because if he was wrong, he would have been a bit of a dick, wouldn't he? You just went there to save your little brother, and you shot him in the fucking face with a sheep gun. You lucky little man. You's lucky. It then grabs him. It gave him a choice. Now, this is by the whole movie, the reason the whole second movie is taking place. He said, you guys can run away now and live your lives, but I keep Billy. Because Billy's the ringleader, and apparently, you know, he wants the ringleader. Or try and save him, and I'll eat all of you motherfuckers. And they go with the I'll eat all of you motherfuckers thing. And that is why it now has a personal grudge with them. Because he gave them the choice, and they spat in his face. You know, so that is the specific reason it has Pennywise has a personal grudge against them. Well, that, and they tried to kill him, and I don't like it when people try and kill me, you know. Not that it happens often, you know. Just wait till I'm Prime Minister, they'll try and kill me then. Yeah. Richie was the one who saved him. Why, you ask? He wasn't the leader, because he didn't want to be there. He resented Billy for leading him into this mess, but he stepped up, pulled his fucking balls together, picked up the baseball and smacked Pennywise in the face. Same with Eddie, because Eddie was a scaredy cat the whole way through, and he put his tuppence in. And the only reason they beat him is because every single one of them pulled their fucking shit together and helped out. If one of them had been too afraid to do it, he would have found that weakness and used it against them. Everyone pulled their shit together, and that's why they beat him. And they've got to remember that in the second film. Weakness, even if it's one of you, weakness will kill you. Yeah. I think Beverly was the most fearless, though, to be fair. I mean, she was like, I'm not afraid of you, and Pennywise couldn't stand that shit. So she was like friggin' Wonder Woman, Batman v Superman, man. She was the badass of the whole thing, man. And then they come out, you know, and then you know, he goes in, like, you know, she fucking goes straight to Billy for the fucking hug. Oh, another moment. Too fucking bad, mate. Shit, that fat boy got the kiss first, and not you. And then they decide that if he comes back, they'll all come back and fight him, you know. Was the blood oath really necessary, though? I mean, you could have just, yeah, I'll put a reminder in my phone, you know, in 28 years, and I'll get a little alarm go off. No, they decided to put a scar across their fucking hand, man. I don't want nothing going from my, I mean, and you know why friggin' Beverly's the most fearless? She didn't even fucking flinch when he cut her hand. She no-sold that like Austin Aries. Anyone who's a TNA wrestling fan knows what I'm talking about. That's a burn, no sell. Yeah, man. Those who don't watch wrestling have no idea what I'm on about, but that is a sick burn. So yeah, she's still having fucking moments with Billy. No, the fucker just cut your hand on purpose. And then he kisses her. And then she kisses him back, the dirty slut. I thought he'd established that she prefers Fat Boy, but now she wants a slice of him as well. Why? Because he's slimmer? You know, you spent the whole movie, you know, building up the romance between you and Fat Boy. You know, and then you find out he's the one who wrote this romantic bit of poetry. He kisses you unconsensually, and you're cool with it, which must mean something. But no, Skinny Boy here comes along. He throws in his tongue as well, and you're like, alright then, this is why there's rumours about you, girl. Yes, I was rooting for the fat kid the whole time. I'm rooting for all the fat kids around the world. You see that YouTube video where the guy's picking on the fat kid and then the fat kid body slams him? Yeah. Badass. I respect that shit. And then she gets her hand blood all over his stupid face, and his face is now dripping with her fucking hand blood. That's some kinky shit going on there. I don't know what they're into. I thought she was scared of blood the whole film. Now she's smearing it on people's faces. Blech. Well, spoiler alert, the fat kid marries her in the second movie. Come next year, it'll be a fucking stuttery little mess. The boring girlfriend. Yeah. She probably should have found out about the note in the second film. The reason that being is, first of all, we didn't know it was going to be two films. I didn't know it was going to be two films until at the end of the film it said end of chapter 1. You know, I mean, that means I knew there was a second part to the story, but I completely forgot about that, you know, because I'm a freaking moron. Yeah. So, I mean, I think she probably should have found out about that in the second film. I think in the original one she found that out as an adult, but I think that was the big final moment of the film. I think that's why he, that's why she found out at the end of the first film. And then there's no post-credit scene. Don't stick around to the end if you haven't seen this film before, even though I've spoiled it for you all now. But yeah, there's a little laugh. There's at the end of the film, you know, all the credits roll, and then it just says it, and then you hear Pennywise's laugh, just as a little reminder to you, he's not dead. False ending, take a shot. You know, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it too is happening. I just wanted to compare, and I'm not going to say one's better than the other, but I'll compare the original cast to the new cast. Pennywise was originally played by Tim Curry, and Tim Curry is a friggin' legend, you know, the man, the myth, the legend, the iconic Tim Curry, one of the greatest actors of all time, mostly a comedy actor, but I think he did that so well. He was scared the crap out of me as a child, man. So did Bill Skarsgård. I mean, I don't want to say one is better than the other. I think Bill Skarsgård took a different approach to it, and it paid off. So yeah, I think it was more transferable to a modern audience who aren't as easily scared as they were back in the day. That's probably what I'll say. But no, both brilliant actors. Billy's. I thought the old Billy was just old Billy was played by Jonathan Bardis. The new Billy was played by Jaden Lobert. I kind of like the old one better. The new one was kind of, I think it's a directorial choice, you know. I didn't like the new Billy as much, you know. That's more of a directorial choice, not dissing the actor in any way, shape or form, you know. No, just preferred the old one. Beverly Marsh, I liked the new one. I'm not being rude when I say this. It was once a figure of speech. She's got more spunk. Not talking about fucking Billies. No, I mean she's got she's a badass. She's fearless, and I preferred the new one. The original was played by Emily Perkins, who did a fine job, but she was too scared the whole time of everything. Whereas the new one, she was a bit more fearless, and I respect that in a woman. Eddie was originally played by Adam Farazi. I like both of them equally. I mean, the new one's a less likable character, but I think he's also more in depth with his character, because his character's he's so scared, he's kind of a dick about it, you know. So I mean, again, I'm cool with that. Ben, I'm not dissing the new actor, but the old actor had a much bigger role, I think, because you kind of Ben doesn't do as much in this film as he did in the original film. That means in the original film you don't see as much of the child cast as the adult cast, because I think they had less faith in their child cast, whereas now they've got a good set of actors together to be the child cast. So I'm so glad the child cast is returning for the second film, because they have got more faith in them. Probably because, I've not seen most of them. Most of them are fairly new names to me, but Finn was in Stranger Things, and he's amazing in that. So everyone knew Stranger Things is the best show on Netflix. I've said that about many things. That's the best show on Netflix. Daredevil's the best show on Netflix. Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage are the best shows on Netflix. Riverdale is the best thing on Netflix. But it's one of the best things in Netflix. Stanley was played by Ben Hewlett in the original film. I know he's one of the more forgettable characters. So, I'm sorry. So, I mean, neither of them did a bad job, but neither of them really struck out as going, oh my god, he was amazing as that role. Mike, I was wrong. No, when I mean Ben was the fat kid. Mike was the black kid, and the black kid had a bigger role in the old film than he did in the new film. So my apologies on that. Ben, the fat kid, I like the original fat kid, but the new one, I feel like he's a little version of me almost, you know. So I mean, so I kind of like him a little bit more just because I resonate more with him. And a lot of you didn't know this. Get rid of this. In the original one, Richie was played by Seth freaking Green, man. Seth freaking Green, man. Seth Green, the man, the myth, the legend. Funny thing is that when he was at school, he was like the tallest member of the cast. But I guess he never had his growth spurt because he's not that tall now. So that's really weird seeing him, the tallest member of the crew. But I mean, yeah, we love Seth Green. This is Seth Green. He's funny. Gingers unite. I like him in many things, Seth Green. I liked him in Buffy. I liked him in Austin Powers. I liked him in Family Guy. You seen that movie Holidays? I liked him in that. I liked him in many things. Yeah. A lot of you may not have known that. Yeah, I've pointed out before, Annette O'Toole played Beverly as an adult in that. I mean, she was in Superman. She was in the entire consistency of Smallville, amongst other things. Fan of her as well. Yay. Okay, now here is my list of production points about this film. The worst part of the film for me, which isn't a criticism of the film, it's not a criticism of the story, it's just the saddest part of me is that they never found Georgie. I feel like that would have been a good thing, is like, we saved Georgie. I mean, it was holding in prison the whole... Georgie was dead. That's the saddest thing. The one thing I'll point out, the new film is better than the old film. When he says, we all float down here, it's not talking about balloons. The dead bodies physically float down there. But I don't know if they had the technology or the budget to do that in the old film / mini-series. So the reference was almost lost in the original film, I think. So in the new film, they've actually... Oh, look, they're actually floating. They're floating in midair, you know. So yeah, I mean, it was a little pointless reference in the old film. It makes more sense in the new one. So yeah, all the other films on my list probably are, is this a slasher movie? I mean, I don't think this movie is a slasher movie. I'll say Pennywise are this as a slasher villain, but from a directorial point of view, I wouldn't say this is a slasher movie because it's more... I mean, there's scary moments, there's jump scares, but it's almost more psychological. It's almost like Lovecraftian horror. It's not even the monster itself that's scary, it's the vibe he creates, how, like, science doesn't apply to him. So it's his presence and his being is more scary than what he physically looks like, which is almost the genius of the writing of this story. Because I mean, clowns are pretty intimidating, but that's the half of it. There's still the whole other side of him that he can just do whatever he wants, you know, like Freddy Krueger in the Dream World. So Freddy Krueger is a slasher movie, but if you directed it a little bit differently, you know, it would actually be a very cerebral story, I think. Was I scared? I wouldn't say I was scared when I watched this film. It gives off a very creepy vibe. That woman in the painting creeped me out a little bit, and that was creepy as shit. No disrespect, not judging him at all. My brother crapped himself when he watched this movie. I'm not judging him for that. I'm not, you know, it is a pretty creepy movie, and there's a lot of jump scares. I mean, I jumped a few times when I watched this movie. Even this time I watched it. I mean, this is probably like the third, fourth time I've seen this film. You know it's coming, but you still jump. Yeah. Are clowns? I'm gonna say clowns are scary. I mean, I think I'm only saying clowns are scary because of this in the original film, though. I reckon if it wasn't for films like this, I wouldn't know if I would have noticed that clowns are scary, you know. They're just funny men in silly suits, you know. Or the Joker, actually. The Joker isn't scary. Though I think the Joker's not a clown per se. He's an actual Joker playing card. A lot of people forget that. So yeah, he's a pretty scary character as well. So clowns are scary. One thing I want to talk about is racism. The original film, well, because everyone's got something they use. In this film, they use the fact Mike, the black kid, they use the fact his parents died in a fire as the fear factor. In the original film, they used his race as that. Bear in mind, the original film, the child scenes take place in the 60s, when racism was a very real thing. You know. So that's more his. I'm going to say racism still exists and it still exists today, and it's probably always going to exist, sadly. But I think it's. Is it a bad thing they took the racism out? I'm going to say no. I mean, if it was set in the 60s, and I reckon you probably for accuracy's sake. But I don't know if it was as prominent in the 90s, you know. But I'm not dissing the original film for the racism, because that was historically accurate. People were dicks back then. People were uneducated. We didn't know how to react to something new. And we responded to not understanding something new by being complete assholes. You know, that's how people were. The good old days. I'm going to ask a question here. I don't know the answer to this question I'm asking, but a lot of people have asked this question, and there's already, was Pennywise a person before he became what he is now? Because is he a demon or something, or was he a person? Because I think it looks like there did used to be a carnival down there. There's like a stage dedicated to Pennywise the dancing clown. So was Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie is an origin story for Pennywise? I doubt it. No, it's not. It's not at all. But I mean, I think there's a lot of references to the film almost that he could have been someone beforehand. Maybe he had a life. Maybe he was a normal dude once. You know, normal dude who dresses as a clown for a living. But I mean, you know, I don't know if that's true or not. You know, but I've heard the theory running around, and that's super interesting. You know, the theory itself. And I think, how old is Pennywise? Because I think there was some clippings from like the turn of the century, like 1902 or something. You know, I'm not doing maths right now, but you know, call it approximately 30 years. So if it was like 1989 minus 30 years, 79, 69, 59, 60, 61. I'm guessing, minus another 30 years, 31, 33 approximately. So about 65, about 1905 would probably be his first. But they could have gone on before that. He could have been doing this for 100 years. I think that's his oldest clipping because we had newspapers then. But I mean, that was like, you know, he could have been hundreds of years old. We have no idea how old he is. But I mean, yeah, I just don't. I mean, that's another thing, another unanswered question. Yeah. Yeah. Next, I want to talk about. I believe in the book, the original version of the book, there was an orgy scene. Yeah, I think that like, you know, when they beat Pennywise. In the new, I think the Blood Oath thing is kind of a replacement for that. But I think in the original scene, the original book, Beverly is like, we all need to be connected. So Stephen King decides for them to be connected, they all have to fuck her. What the fuck, man? They're like fucking 12. I think he regrets the scene. I think he stands by it as the metaphor, but I think he probably regrets doing it now, because in today's society, we're like, what the fuck, man? You're like one of the greatest writers of all time. You dropped the ball in that scene. Not to question Stephen King, because he's one of the greatest writers of our time, but what the fuck was that, man? I was reading this review just now, actually, just trying to get all the information in. They tore the film apart a little bit, actually. I can see how there's two versions of the script, and the script they went with, they kind of, I don't want to say over-sexualized her, because she's like fucking 12, but I mean, they're 12-year-olds, so they're going to fancy another 12-year-old, right? But as I said, they just like, she flirts with the pharmacist, when in the original script she could have just I think was Eddie faked a seizure or an asthma attack or something to get his attention, which would have been a better solution. That being said, it's a creepy scene, and the whole film's got creepy scenes in it, so I mean, there's that. And I think in the original script, she went headfirst into the fight, whereas in the script, the version of the film we saw, it got her and the boys had to save the girl, which that report did tear the film to shreds in that aspect, and apparently it diminished her as a character, which I don't think it did, because I think she was still brave, she was still bold. But brave people can still get caught by the bad guy, and then the less brave people can still save her. You know, and that's like, you know, it's all about courage, you know. And again, as Green Lantern said in the movie, that's not as shit as people give it credit for. Bravery is not the absence of fear, it is the presence of fear and having the power to overcome it. Right on, Ryan Reynolds. Beautiful, man. Beautiful, man. Yeah. Another thing, the film doesn't go into too much about the father's abuse of her. Does it need to? It's a bit poor taste. I mean, the reference of it was enough, I think. You know, you don't need to go into that. And I think her fear of blood wasn't a physical fear of blood. I think it was a physical fear of her growing up. Obviously, there's a link to having her first period. I don't want to go into that either, because I'm a man. That's yeah. And I think the fact she was growing up, I think when her dad found out about her having her first period, he was like, I've hit the jackpot, she's a grown-up now. Yeah, so I mean, that's I think, so if a lot of people don't understand it, it's not a fear of physical blood, it's everything that represents, which is a little gross, don't want to go into that. Yeah. And now the last major bit of this, it's Chapter 2's coming out next year, and I have a full cast list for the Losers Club. Everyone's returning, you know. Yeah, the adult cast, Richie will be played by Bill Harder, who, actually, the last thing I saw him in was one episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He was in an episode of that, which was a lot of you may recognise him from, I'm getting my list up now. Yumi and Dupree, that's a funny film. Knocked Up, he's in that. Superbad, good movie. Pineapple Express, Tropic Thunder, Adventureland, Night at the Museum, Year One, just a funny movie. Many other things. Scott Pilgrim, good movie that. I Am Scott Pilgrim, just fatter. Paul, oh, he was in Paul, man, such a good movie. All hail Simon Pegg in his writing greatness. Men in Black 3, he plays Andy Warhol. That's brilliant, man. Oh god. Star Trek. Oh, I didn't realise that he was the voice of the computer. That is very cool. 22 Jump Street. Star Wars. Oh, he was a voice consultant for BB-8. Isn't that an interesting fact? He was in Sausage Party, the Angry Birds movie. He was in the BFG as the Blood Bottler. Cool. He was the voice of Alpha 5 in Power Rangers. I didn't even realise that was him. I'm not sure if I like the new Alpha 5. I like him. He's definitely more Jewish. No, he's not the Jewish kid. He's playing Richie, the funny one, and he's going to do funny well because he's a comedian. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously Saturday Night Live, he's big. He was in South Park for a few episodes. Many things here, just going what I've personally seen. Amy Schumer. Oh, he's in Amy Schumer's movie, isn't he? Yeah. Trainwreck. It's a funny movie, man. John Cena. Yeah. He's even in the Grand Theft Auto movie. And the South Park movie. And there's a video game of Night at the Museum. I didn't know that. I've not played that. Yeah. And he's in he's in 2 Lonely Island videos and Janet Jackson's music video. I mean, I think he's quite in with the Lonely Island guys because he's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well. He was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine once as well. So yeah, I approve that cast choice. Billy will be played by James McAvoy. I'm very down with that cast choice. I'll say that's a very perfect cast choice. I can't wait to see him with a stutter. I liked him in X-Men. He definitely holds up to the greatness of Patrick Stewart. Yeah. So yeah, James McAvoy is going to crush it in the best possible way. Beverly Marsh will be played by Jessica Chastain. Big name there. I haven't got a discovery for her here actually. But again, she's a big name. So everyone knows who she is. Yeah, so I mean, people might have seen her in 0.30, Mama, Martian. Well, yeah, there's just a long list of stuff here. I've not seen all of those movies, but she's a big actress. So I mean, I don't know her for a lot of her stuff. So I wouldn't. So I'm not going to straight away say she's going to crush the role because I don't know her too well from many of her films. But she's a big name, and I think they're getting big names in it to sell the movie. I think Eddie will be played by James Ranson. What do we know him from? Sinister films. I've seen Sinister. What else have you been in? don't recognise a lot of these movies actually. The name doesn't ring a bell to me. I'm not going to rule him out though. Yeah, I don't recognise him, but I mean, I'm not going to rule him out. I don't know who he is, but I mean, he might be good, he might not be. But I'm going to, you know, good luck to you. Stanley will be played by Andy Bean. Where do I know Andy Bean from? He's not Mr. Bean. Transformers. Probably actually. He's not been in a lot of stuff actually, by the looks of it. So he's probably not a fairly new actor. I mean, the first thing I did was 2007 and then disappeared till 2014 apparently. I mean, yeah, don't know who he is, but I mean, good luck to him though. Mike will be played by Isaiah Mustafa. That is a very interesting name there. Yeah, you may recognise him from, I didn't recognise any, Horrible Bosses, the Three Stooges new movie, Ugly Betty, NCIS, the new Charlie's Angels, Shadowhunters, or Robot Chicken, or Gears of War. Yeah, I don't recognise him from a lot of stuff actually, but I mean, good luck to you, man. Good cross it. And Ben will be not my cast choice, sadly. Ben will be played by Jay Ryan. Very handsome man. The reason I'm pointing out the fact he's a very handsome man is because the fat kid has to grow up to be the most handsome out of all of them. Because it's the kind of, you all ruled him out to start with, but he lost that baby fat, and now he's fucking sexy, and you all feel like mugs. But I love when now though he's handsome, Beverly's going to be all on that shit, isn't she? You know, weren't all on that shit when he was fat, but the second he loses that weight, now you're sexy, I'll have a crack at that. Didn't want him when he was fat though, did she? Fucking slag. Oh goodness. He was in Xena Warrior Princess. He must have been. How old is this guy? I mean, he's 37, so they're all supposed to be around the age of 40. But I mean, 1999, he was in Xena Warrior Princess. He must have been young then, though. I'm not doing maths right now. Terra Nova, Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I don't know with this stuff. But yeah, good luck to him. The bummer is we were all hoping it would be Chris Pratt because he was a fat kid and now he's like sexy as shit, you know. So I thought get a fat kid who used to be a fat kid, you know, that would have been really cool. Now he's like got abs and he's a freaking superhero now. So that's other everyone else is fine. I mean, again, not dissing this guy. This guy, I'm sure he's gonna do a good job. Sure he will do. But we all want Chris Pratt. That's all on it. Stephen King fans, 2019 will come out with the reboot of Pet Sematary. Flash, get the Flash on here, and it's going to star the main man, John Lithgow. I fucking love John Lithgow. Huge fan of Third Rock from the Sun, hilarious, and The Accountant is such a good movie. Yeah, man, John Lithgow, fucking best, man. Super stoked for Pet Sematary, man. Yeah, so maybe I'll do a video of that in 2019. Yeah, that is all on it. I can also confirm tomorrow I should be watching Friday the 13th Part 6. You'll be like, but Joe, you already watched the Friday the 13th movie. I know. But the reason I'm watching this one is because the first one I watched didn't have Jason in it. This movie, Jason's in it, and it also establishes the rivalry between Tommy and Jason, and it also establishes the fact that he is an undead zombie now. Very different movie. That is why. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll be watching that one. Gonna enjoy that one. Yeah. And if you watch the movie, if you like it, subscribe to me, and drop a comment, because any horror movie you comment, whatever one gets the most comments, I will watch on my 13th day, on Halloween day itself. I'm going to do the video really early on Halloween day, just so I can upload it and you can all see it on Halloween. I'll try and do a reaction video, because if it's a film I've not seen, you want to see me get scared. So I've had one comment for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Good comment that, because that was on my list to movie, it just didn't make the final cut, you know. So now it might make the final cut. I mean, drop more comments, you know. So yeah. See you on the other side. I'll be right back. J-Man out.